So here we are at the end of 2018, about to start 2019. And I want to touch on a very, very serious topic in my eyes, because I've always loved rap music, and a lot of people don't even know what a rapper is, an MC. So let me start with that, and this is no pun intended to those that don't know anything about rap music. They just listen to music and, like whatever everybody else like. Alright, so we know that rappers are basically artists that are MCs, mic controller, lyricists. They have content in all of their words. Some tell stories. Some actually use their words to speak against violence, to promote well-being, or to promote violence. Either or, they are words that are used in a content so you can understand what they're saying, and pretty much if they're rapping about a topic, you know what the topic is. It's not sounding like a car, or you pulling up, it's that's and it's not saying words so gibberish nobody can understand what you're saying, and you don't even know what you're saying yourself, which is mumble rap. Okay, that's not rap. We all know that's not rap. You're fooling yourself, and it's definitely not saying the same word that everybody else say that was used back in the 80s, especially a word like dope. That word was out in the 80s. Do your research. Big Daddy Kane was saying dope. So it's definitely not stealing others' styles and not paying homage, which a lot of artists are doing. So the people that I'm talking about are people that are innovative. They have their own style. They actually make sense. You'd be like, wow, that actually makes sense. A lot of rappers, like Biggie could tell a story. I got a story to tell, and it was like a movie. You could actually close your eyes and picture everything this man was rapping about. He was that good. Tupac was good at that also, and he also was good at talking about violence and trying to help the black community, the positive things, or talking about how Brenda had a baby, but Brenda barely knew the baby's name and how she threw the baby away. It was things that rappers could touch on that really touch your heart, man. It made you want to support that brother or sister per se. So that's the reason these are the two artists that I say will lead the pack. That are the only reasons. There are a slight few up and coming, but these two men right here are the leaders, and the reason why rap is continuing on in their generation. Leaders. Number one, as you're looking at him, Kendrick Lamar has his own style. He is hands down the best rapper in the game today. For this generation, he is the head honcho, and his album sales speaks volumes, and we know can't nobody fuck with K-Dot on the mic right now, but he does have close competition, which is this guy, J. Cole. The same can be said about him. No features, platinum albums, only because people know J. Cole is nice on the mic. And niggas are scared to even try to go up against J. Cole. They don't even mention J. Cole when it comes to battle rap. A lot of them are afraid of him. He has that fear, him and K-Dot. People don't want to fuck with them because they are true lyricists and they write their own shit. So if you don't write your own shit, you automatically are disqualified as being an MC. That means you're an entertainer. Anybody can write some lyrics for you and tell you the cadence. I want you to say it this way. Diddy did that shit. Does that make him an MC or a rapper? He'll tell you no, I'm not. So that, you know, that's why I'm not putting Drake amongst these two. Drake sells a shitload of albums, but Drake has been caught getting ghostwriters to write his work. I'm not saying he's the worst rapper, but Drake is also considered, you know, a pretty good, legit, well, not legit, a pretty decent MC. You know, like he could really write some of his shit, but he's not a 100% proof rapper. And then that nigga sing, like he's an R&B / he's an entertainer, man. So I can't put him in there, but he does has an effect on the culture because whatever he does sells. And then he has a huge female fan base, and that makes his record sell. And he has that magic thing that he could affect this generation and the generation before, because he's actually not part of this the millennials generation. He is part of the generation before them, but he has a way to, you know, to even mumble rap at times. Shit, he can adapt to that shit and do the little goofy ass gay dances that everybody's doing. So, but you know, these two will be the leaders into the next generation. Now, it's not too many artists in 2018 that stood out, because a lot of them are trash, and it's just the truth. I can't even. 6ix9ine Tekashi is just a ripoff of Onyx. His voice, if you Google or YouTube Onyx, Sticky Fingers or Fredro, he sound identical to them motherfuckers and never said that's who he studied. It sound almost identical, like, oh man, I heard this shit. Like, it's, come on, man. And then some people that they care to say what he's saying. And then he claimed to be a gangster, and we saw what happened to him. He said, "I'm not part of the gang." That dude is fake as the rainbow color hair in his motherfucking hair, rainbow colors in his hair. So I don't even want to mention him. And the thing is about people that's not part of the rapper or the legit MCs or the people that had that impact, like a Jay-Z or Nas. Their albums drop and you'll talk about them like once, one or 2 weeks, and people not talking about it. For instance, 6ix9ine Tekashi is in jail. Dami Boy dropped and people talked about it before it was released, and I'm talking like maybe a month, if that long. Now shit, people on to the next album. That's how these mumble rappers and bullshitting artists are. They drop albums, people talk about them for like 2 days, and they on to the next. They don't have that music that is everlasting. So, okay, we're on to the next one. The female MCs, believe it or not, Cardi B is a pretty good rapper because she actually writes a lot of her content. But she also admitted to having people ghostwrite, so that kind of knocks her down. But she has a big influence on the culture. You know, she's like 25, and this is who these young girls look up to. She's thotty as fuck. She admits to being, you know, a stripper. She loves to suck dick. She admits to all this. So this is the new Lil Kim of this generation, and she admits to ghostwriting. But she has an effect on the culture. Now, in my opinion, she is not a better rapper than Remy Ma or Young M.A. Those two, hands down, get the award for me as the two that should lead rap into the next generation. But Cardi B will have a serious impact on the future of rap. For females, she will pave the way. She has a way to trend set. And Nicki Minaj plays a factor also. She would be like one of the OGs in the game. And I want to say right now, honorably mention Big Sean. He will play a major factor also into the top artists that will affect rap in the next going into the next generation, as well as Travis Scott. Because Travis Scott is like more of a rock star. He raps, but he does this Oh man, he does so many things. You know, he's auto tuning and heavy metal shit. You see one of his concerts, you'd be like, okay, this nigga is doing too much. But he's influential. Now, like I said, Drake will be a big part of taking the millennials and schooling them, if you want to say. Same thing goes for 50 Cent. They need that guidance. Snoop Dogg, Eminem. These are the guys, the OGs, you know, that will be needed. They need to get the next generation and guide them. They need to find the next artist. And Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, all of these guys are still influential. They still could drop an album and it sell 1 million copies. People, and their music still is good. It's not garbage yet. Their music, the names I just named, are better than any rapper that's been out in the last 12 years. Besides the names I already named, besides Kendrick and J. Cole, there's really not too many that could compare to the music 50 brought out. Nas, Eminem, Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, it's just nobody really could compare to it. You know, and like I said, Jay-Z will be a big part of changing the culture, because these people could bring out the next new artist and they'll be on that next wave. And that man right there, Dr. Dre, you know, nobody has made beats like Dre ever. And he's responsible for Kendrick Lamar, Snoop Dogg, all of these people, Eminem, coming out and being major artists. So my thing on 2018, because I could talk about this forever, is that J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, top of the line, top of the food chain for this generation, and we're waiting to see their next projects. And they said one thing on that Black Friday song. J. Cole said that the world is not ready for Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole album. It'll be too much for the mind to take, because both of those brothers are so deep and so wise and so talented at such a young age. It probably just start a cultural or millennial change that the world needs. So, like this video, leave your comments, share this on social media, subscribe.